God created man as the head of creation through which he would communicate his life to the world. Because God is in dialogue with creation throughout Genesis 1, and he brings creation into greater degrees of dialogue with him. Man is the head of creation in the sense that creation is man's body, and as man is the image of God, that means God reflects his glory and life into the world through man. And what we find then in Genesis 2 is that the way in which this glory is reflected through man is by human communion in terms of their relationship to God. So God is 1 and 3. He says, let us make in Genesis 1, and he says, let us make only in the context of making man, specifically making man male and female. God is one who can say, let us, and thus he makes man as his image, as one who can also say to other human beings, let us. Again, this has deep resonances throughout the rest of the Bible. It's not just this particular text. Genesis 2 then shows how man found that it was not good to be alone, that it is in that relationship. This is really important. It's in that relationship that everything goes wrong. So you have Adam and you have Eve at the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and they are in dialogue with the serpent, but Adam is absent from this dialogue. Verse 6 of chapter 3 tells us that he was present with her in the garden. He's there at the tree, but yet he is completely standing aloof from what's going on. God created man in dialogue with himself. He created man to be a being in communion through dialogue, and that's where we find the fall happening. And so we find Adam goes along with his wife's choice, which he does not attempt to contradict, and it cuts the connection between God and the world. That connection is severed, and it's a cosmic catastrophe.